December 12th, 2023. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on the 2000 tick chart using the NinjaTrader 8 platform. The only piece of economic data that came out today was around 5:30 was the core CPI numbers, kind of the inflation numbers. And this is what I saw on the charts today. There weren't too many setups, but it did trend very strongly in a bullish way. It looked like it moved about 40, I would say 40 solid points. When I get through the trades today, there weren't too many that I could find. I did take 2 trades and was profitable on both. So in the pre-market, it looked like things were kind of ranging, and then it kind of broke to the downside. I found the green channel here. There wasn't really any clean setups that I could see in the regular trading hours. Technically, there was a pretty nice second entry short right here. So first entry short, second entry short. Unfortunately, I was not around to see this trade in real time to take it. And then what got a little confusing was during this big, large bullish rally up, I tried to find one clean, I guess, channel to fit everything in, but I couldn't. So I actually started off as this yellow channel, which is rather steep. Then it got a little more shallow with this red channel, then a little more shallow again with this orange channel, and then finally this purple channel. So knowing that that was the case as the day was progressing, and I was struggling to try to find things that make it fit, because sometimes it fit the bottom pretty well, sometimes it fit the top pretty well, but nothing really large channel could fit really nicely. Now, at the end of the day, I did find something that looked like it could have fit the entire thing, but you wouldn't have known until much later in the day. It's like something like this would have encapsulated all that price action. But as you can see, there's only like one confirmation up here, maybe 2 to 3 down here. And by the time this occurs, it's not giving you much information or many opportunities to trade off of. So it didn't really help. So I did work off of these smaller channels as they progressed. So first was this yellow channel. It was just a slow, steady march up. That was a break, a new high. I couldn't see anything that I really liked. And actually, the first setup I saw, also the first trade that I took, after the break of this yellow channel, I abandoned, well, not abandoned, but the yellow channel was no longer valid. So I drew this red channel, it touched once, twice, and here's where it touched the third time. And so when I first saw this as a new high. It's a first entry long, and it creates this second entry long. I like the looks of the second entry long. Now, it created a double top, so I wanted to make sure that it broke higher before I entered the trade. On this candle, it spent the majority of the time below the highs here, also the close. So I had to wait, and then when it finally closed, it flashed up close. I got my order ready. I entered really quickly on one tick above the previous signal bar, and on the same candle, I was able to scalp out rather quickly. I didn't want to go for anything higher just because I was afraid that I get stopped out at this potential high. Because right now, the way the market looks, you don't really know for sure that it's going to rally up much higher. Of course, it does. Flashes up and it breaks out of this red channel. So I'm still playing this red channel now, but I wasn't sure. It was chopping kind of ugly. And so then I decided that maybe things are fitting in this orange channel. This orange channel touched once, twice, 3 times, and about two times up here. So I thought this might have been valid. It's arguable where this could actually be the top or not. It comes down, it touches another time. So I'm really confident in this orange channel at this point. You know, this yellow one and this red one aren't in play. It could have been a spike and in this shallow channel. Prices continue moving up. I'm just watching now. I'm just trying to find a good entry, but there are a lot of, I guess, first entries and almost setups. I'm not going to go through all almost setups, but then has a new high, double top. So first entry long here creates a second entry long, and the count resets, creates a first entry long, second entry long. And this is actually where I take my second trade. It's about to create a second entry long here, but I also noticed that it created a new low here. So actually I grouped all this as the localized new low. It's first entry short, second entry short, and when this is forming, I'm thinking if this next candle ticks one tick higher, it will confirm that this orange channel is in play because there's a small breakout here, but I'm thinking the orange channel is still supporting things. So I got my order ready and I entered one tick above this signal bar. Even though it's doji, it's not the best. I was able to jump in and I saw there was enough room to the high. I wasn't confident that this was the range because I did see its potential support here, but the resistance could have been up here. So I was willing to take it 1 point out of it. And so I was able to jump in, get my quick scalp, and prices continue moving up. It chops in this blue range for a little bit. I did see this green channel coming down. It's overshoot, fail breakout, and a potential fail breakout here. It's a new high, first entry long, second entry long. The signal bar was so-so. And if you did consider it as a failed breakout, you could have probably entered it. But I wasn't 100% confident that this is two clean legs as opposed to just one big leg. So it could have been pushed up and then another leg coming down. So I sat on my hands on that one. And I was actually pretty happy with my two trades and thinking that maybe I would just call it a day because the day was a little tricky with this sharp yellow channel, then a shallow red channel, and even more shallow orange channel. And at this point, I thought maybe I was playing this purple channel. So as you can see, things are just kind of evolving and things are flattening out. It's almost looking like a hill. So this trade would have worked out, but again, I wasn't 100% confident in my read, so I had to leave it alone. Prices go up, prices move up. It breaks out of the purple channel a few times, and I was playing with the idea that maybe, I was trying to make something happen, something fit clean, but it was very challenging. So let's see, let's pretend I went with this green channel. It looks okay, but only confirmed once, twice here, and two times here. It does encapsulate all the price action at the moment, but nothing that I really, really like. There is a second entry short here, double bottom, triple, well, actually four touch bottom. And there's only a first entry long right here, first entry long all the way up. So there's a first entry short, second entry short. Now, would you take a short here? I wouldn't, just because it's counter trend. And would you take a failed second entry short? Well, here it confirms second entry short. You have a second entry short here and a failure is confirmed here, but it just looks a little iffy. And prices continue chopping and it starts moving up. I do see a new setup here. It's a new high. It's a first entry long, second entry long, but nothing on this candle tells me to take a second entry long or get ready for a trade. So you do look for a higher low, and it doesn't really show up because even though it comes back to the EMA, the only thing that was helping this trade was the EMA is acting as a support. But other than that, there wasn't enough reason in my mind to take a trade. And as you can see, even if we were playing this green channel, it kind of broke out of what I was playing with this purple channel. And I don't see any good clean setups, and it kind of moves all the way into the close. Now in the close, the last setup I do see is a new low, first entry short, second entry short. I saw this printing in real time, but this is the last 10 minutes of the day. So this is kind of an interesting setup. It was an almost trade, but the range is too tight. It's a good signal bar, and you're seeing that it's making higher lows every time. So this might have been worthwhile. Unfortunately, it happened during the last 10 minutes, which is just too late in the day to try to take a trade because I definitely didn't want to give any profits back at this point. And I was already accepting today was kind of a funky, well, not a funky, but it wasn't very, it didn't provide that many setups, even though it was trending very nicely as a bull. Well, it wasn't even trending nicely, to be honest. It was just trending bullish because it didn't fit any clean channels. So as I said, I was at the end of the day, before the video I was reviewing, I was thinking maybe it's something like this overall green channel. But even if you were playing this, you wouldn't have developed this until like excuse me, until about 3 hours into the trading day, and then you would get a confirmation here, but it doesn't really help you too much, in my opinion. So it's nice to see it after the fact, but during the fact it's a little bit hard to reconcile that. So hopefully that was helpful.